Hello everyone. The topic of today's session is formula and function. This topic belongs to Excel. As we all know that Excel is an analysis software, and this software is used by business executives for analytical work. Mostly we work with numerical data. When we open Excel, Excel provides a sheet that we all have learned in the earlier session. Sheet is nothing but an organized collection of rows and column. Column is identified by letter A, B, C, D, E, and row is identified by number, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like. When we put the data, suppose roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and marks of physics, chemistry, math, and total. Suppose 56, 71, and suppose 60. Now we want to calculate total. When we want to Excel to get calculation, we put either formula or function. Here we type is equals to B2 plus C2 plus D2. B2 plus C2 plus D2 will calculate the addition of 56, 71 and 60. Instead of this, we can also get the same work done by putting is equals to sum under bracket B1 dot dot B2 dot dot D2. This will perform the same task. This will also generate the total marks of roll number 1. This will also generate the total marks of roll number 1. But what is the difference? The difference is that this is formula and this is function. Now we need to understand the main differences between formula and function. Formula are designed by user. We design the formula. If you want to calculate the percentage, if you want to reduce a number from one cell to another cell, the functions are pre-designed. See, sum is not what we have designed. It is already designed by Excel, available in the library of the Excel. There is a big, huge library of functions, and no name. The next point is no name. The formula has no name, whereas function is identified by a name. It is identified by a name. See, when we put is equals to B2 plus C2 plus D2 has no name, no textual name. But here you can see we write is equals to sum. Is equals to sum is a name of this function. So every function is identified by its name. No syntax. The function has no syntax, whereas formula has no syntax, whereas function has a syntax. Has a syntax, what does it signifies? Like when we are using sum function, the sum function has a syntax. Syntax means rule that you have to follow. The sum function needs a range. You have to provide the range. If you don't provide the range, then it is going to produce an error. So, like we have another function called as now. The now function returns the current date and time. And the syntax of this function is that you don't need to pass any data inside this parenthesis. If you will provide any data, then it will produce error. Here in the case of sum, if you will not provide a range of a data, then it will produce an error. So that must be very clear to everyone that function has a syntax. Syntax means the rule, the format, how do we use it? What it needs, you have to provide. But what is function? We are free because we design. Suppose here is the total in E2, and I want to calculate percentage here, E and F. Here I want to calculate percentage. So once total turned up, this is the total. Now I want to calculate percentage. What percentage of marks a student has obtained? That I am doing through a formula. We are totally free enough to calculate, put the calculation is equals to E2 multiplied by 100 divided by 300. This is what we know how to obtain the percentage. But if you don't follow, suppose instead of 100 we are putting here only 10, that it is not going to produce error. This is the different matter that you are not going to correct result, but it is not going to produce error. So in formula we are free enough, whatever we put in calculation, the Excel will calculate and produce a result. But in the case of function, we are bound with its syntax. Formulas are used for small works, where functions are used for complex tasks. Here in our example, we may feel that one task can be done either by formula or by the function. This is merely an incidence that for addition we have functions also, and we can do it by formula also. But in most of the cases, the task which is being done by function won't be possible to get done by formula. Like if function, we have if. If is used to perform the task on the basis of condition. Like we have now function, we have date function, we have time function, we have weekday function. We have hundreds of the functions available, which makes our Excel very powerful. So the formula helps us for the small calculations, whereas the function helps us performing the various complex tasks. Even in the case of addition, we can see that when you want to add marks of physics, chemistry, and math, what do? You put is equals to B2 plus C2 plus D2. And if you want to get it done by function, what do? You put is equals to some B2 dot dot D2. Take another example. Suppose we are talking about the sales data of Hindustan Lever Limited, where the product name, suppose Rain. Product name, suppose Rain. And here we have sales figures 5, 6, 1, 2. And we have the sales figure of all cities of India. It is suppose in thousands. And here you want to add it. You want to get the total. What do? You have to, suppose you want to add, what do is equals to B2 plus B3. Suppose there are 10,000 data available. So keep on typing is equals to B2 plus, B3 plus, B4 plus, B5, likewise. Happy journey. It will take a lot of time. The same thing if you want to do with is equals to some function, what do? You just put the starting cell address and ending cell address. You can see, even in the case of addition, the function is thousands times powerful than formula. So, concluding the lecture, formula we design, functions are pre-designed. Formula is used for small tasks, functions are used for complex tasks. Formula has no name, function is identified by a name. Formula has no syntax, the function has a syntax. Thanks for joining this session. Hope you understand the topic. Thank you.